Hello everybody and welcome to this video where I'm going to be showing off and talking about the experience of building my own custom Savi's Workshop lightsaber. So on January 11th, I was fortunate enough to visit Disney's Hollywood Studios as part of a combined birthday celebration for myself and my girlfriend. We went to Epcot for her birthday and drank around the world, which was a very nice experience. I've never been there as an adult, but on my birthday, I was fortunate enough to visit Hollywood Studios. And one of the things I really wanted to do down there was visit Savi's Workshop and build my own custom lightsaber. So I'm going to show off the lightsaber, I'm going to talk about it, and you should probably stay until the end of this video because at the end I'm going to talk about some things that you definitely should know before you go and book the experience yourself. So first things first, let's show off the lightsaber. This is my custom Galaxy's Edge protection and defense lightsaber. Now I cheated a little bit before I went down there and I looked up the templates. I chose the protection and defense because I really like this whole metal and gold accent thing that they got going on there. And you know, when I built this lightsaber, it was modeled after Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, obviously with this grip right here. But I wanted to build a lightsaber that not only looked cool, but was also kind of practical. Like if you use this in a battle, you would like it. It would feel comfortable in your hand. So I really wanted to put this grip up here so that when you're holding the lightsaber, your lead hand is on the grip and it feels nice in your hand. I also have this little area down here, which is good for a secondary hand. And then this part right here, you can see the speaker where all the sounds come out of, has these two little points that, I don't know, it just seemed like you could bash someone in the head with that. So that was pretty cool. So I wanted to build the lightsaber that had this old Republic look. Like you found this in a Jedi temple, but I wanted my lightsaber to have a little bit of story. So I chose the red blade because this is a protection and defense lightsaber. So I figured that you'd find this in an old Jedi temple somewhere and go, wow, what great Jedi used this lightsaber, but then it's got a red blade to remind you that even the most noble of Jedi can fall. So let's talk about the saber itself and the review of the saber. So these little parts that they put on the saber are made out of solid metal. So this saber really is heavy and feels nice. It does not feel like a toy. It feels like a replica, which is a nice feeling. The saber does make sounds when you move it, but unfortunately, it's only the same 3 sounds over and over again. It's a little bit disappointing to have only the 3 sounds over and over again, but it gives you the opportunity to memorize the sound pattern so you can actually make it look pretty cool. The saber looks great at nighttime. When you swing it, it has this little wave effect of the color.
Hey, what are you doing? Okay.
Practicing killing Jedi. And one of the things I really like about this is the balance. If you take it and you go like this, and you move the saber from side to side, the heavy hilt almost acts as like a counterweight, where the center of gravity on the saber is somewhere right around here. So it really feels balanced in your hand, and it also does have the impact sounds, which is kind of cool because if you were, say, filming a video or something, you can move the saber quickly and make the effect as if you were blocking bolts that were coming at you. So that's pretty cool. Hypothetically, you could fight someone else with one of these and probably have a pretty interesting duel, but I don't know, I got this more of as a decorative piece instead of a weapon that I was actually going to start whacking people with. So let's talk about the experience itself. When you sign up for the experience, you're given a pin right as you walk in. So that is the protection and defense pin. It has this nifty little Mickey Mouse pin guard or whatever you would call that on the back of it. And you put this on your left chest, so that way I guess that the people know which template to give you. But each template has its own pin, which is collectible, and that's just a little really nice addition to this whole thing. But as you walk in, a cast member will bring you to the table, and we'll start going over the history of the lightsaber. They go through the colors of the kyber crystal, and fortunately, we really had a great cast member that day. I don't know who this guy is. I didn't catch his name, but Disney, if you watch this video, please track this guy down and give him a raise. He really deserves it. This guy sold the experience so well, and I will include some footage at the end of this video of this guy's performance in this experience. And I mean, I felt like a kid again. It was insane how much I enjoyed this experience. So everyone builds their lightsaber. And then the highlight of the experience is definitely when they plug the lightsabers into the table and you all activate the lightsaber. So once everyone is told to lift their lightsabers, and it's just a really, really amazing experience. Now, let's talk about the things that you should know. So the things that you should know about this experience is that number one, it's $220 to do the experience, which might sound a little pricey, but you will be surprised as to how many people you see walking around Disney's Hollywood Studios carrying a lightsaber. The experience is so great, and so many people want to do it that obviously the $220 is not pushing people away. So don't let that stop you from having this experience, because it is worth every single penny. Now, I do have to say that I was unaware that this experience books up 4 to 6 months in advance. And the night before we got our tickets for Disney's Hollywood Studios, we tried to book with Savi's workshop. They did not have any spots available. So we went to Hollywood Studios at around 10, 11 a.m. and we immediately walked over to Savi's workshop to see if we could get in. They told us that there was a waiting list and that was currently full. So what they suggested for us was that after every single ride that we come back to that exact spot to see if we could get onto the waiting list, which eventually we did. It took about 3 hours, but we eventually got onto the waiting list. Now, once you get onto the waiting list, they tell you there's no guarantee that you're gonna get in. It's the waiting list and it has to be with someone canceling. So we actually stayed in Hollywood Studios for 10 hours while we waited on this waiting list. Finally, at 8:40 at night, with 20 minutes until the park closed, I received a text message that we had been accepted into the experience. So I can't stress this enough. If you want to do this experience, book it 4 to 6 months in advance, probably around the same time that you book your trip, because it is very, very hard to get into. I got very lucky. I was in one of the last shows. We did see some people that unfortunately needed to leave the park early and did not get their lightsaber, and they were very upset. I felt very bad for them, but it's hard to get into. So another thing that we should talk about is that at the time that I went to Hollywood Studios, they did not have any lightsaber bags left. So they were giving us these umbrella style plastic bags that you just carry the lightsaber around in, and people were using that. There were no lightsaber bags in the surrounding area either. You couldn't buy them in any of the shops. Even Disney Springs down the road did not have any lightsaber bags available, so that's a bummer, but they did give us a 10% discount on the experience, which was nice. Other things you should know is that when we went to Galaxy's Edge, they were also out of legacy sabers, and they told us that at least the lightsaber bags were due to the supply chain crisis, that they could not get enough lightsaber bags in to satisfy everybody. And again, that's another bummer, but understandable. If you were going to get a replica lightsaber, like Ahsoka's lightsabers or, whoever else's lightsabers that you want, they did not have any in stock when I went. So, I hope that this all ends soon and that you'll be able to get your lightsabers that you want. But really, if you are a Star Wars fan, this is a must do. You have to do this experience. It really was amazing. Don't go to Hollywood Studios and not do this. This really is the icing on the cake of the day. To walk out with something like this that you make yourself in such an amazing experience, and it's yours. This is your lightsaber that you built. No one's lightsaber looks like mine. Of course, maybe someone out there has built the same lightsaber, but there's enough templates where you can really make some cool stuff happen. Please like and subscribe to this channel if you like this video and you found it informative. I'll be adding a lot more videos onto my channel. I'm trying to start something new, so I appreciate your like and your subscription. Good luck on your lightsaber build. I really hope that you pick the right one, make something cool. Maybe you'll make a video like this showing yours off, and as always, may the Force be with you.
The saber is a reflection of the builder, with the Force flowing between them. And tonight, you will feel that connection. Now, enough babbling, let's get busy. We start with perhaps the most important aspect of the lightsaber, the kyber crystal, able to focus the energy of the Force, to magnify it. Now, some say that the kyber crystal is the heart of the lightsaber. The color of the crystal reveals the color of the blade. Now, this you may already know from some of the great Jedi in our history. A blue crystal, such as the one wielded by the great master Obi-Wan Kenobi and his apprentice, Anakin Skywalker, and, of course, Rey. Green, the crystal that called to Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka Tano, Master Yoda himself, and Luke Skywalker. The violet crystal, rare and beautiful like the blade wielded by Mace Windu. Red. There are some who call this the color of power and ambition. The crystal of Darth Maul, Asajj Ventress, Darth Vader, and now Kylo Ren. But these are the stories of the past, and we are here for
Perfect. Get this like that, and you'll pick another one for the top there as well.
I'll give it one final check and we will go. Very nicely done. Now I love that even though you both chose the same style,
You just flip that bottom one around for me. Yep. There you go.
all right, how are we
And
feeling?
once you have on the grips that you like, you're going to push down and twist to solidify those onto the chassis. Just apply some pressure and twist on there. If it helps you one at a time, you can do the top one and you can flip around and do the bottom one.
Raise your sabers. You have built a lightsaber. Like the Jedi and the Sith who have come before you, you too can change the galaxy. Remember, it only takes a spark. And now, my friends, if you would be kind enough to momentarily deactivate and lower your